A couple of years ago, I started this series of budget modelling in BRM, and it included an old mainline Palitoy BR Standard 460 on the original very old chassis. Now, although that chassis ran okay, a friend of mine who wanted it requested that I improve it by fitting an etched brass chassis. Now, in fairness, this takes it rather beyond budget modelling, as you will see. So the starting point is certainly budget, but the finishing point, well, it's a budget, but it's rather a higher price because it needed a set of Market's wheels to go on the etched brass Comet chassis, which is designed for this model, to be fair. So there's quite an expense there. And that expense is made rather more because I fitted a portascap. Now, this could be, I suppose, analogous with fitting a Rolls-Royce power unit in a Ford Pop, but this is what my friend requested, because the basic body, to be fair, is fine, and that became a very sweet running chassis. One thing I had to do, which you'll note, is the little slug of plastic underneath the boiler, because the original chassis completely filled the body, and you'll also see some slugs of lead at the front end. And the completed chassis. I used the original Palitoy motion, the mainline Palitoy motion, because it was nothing wrong with that at all, and it fitted perfectly. The end result being, I hope, a much improved mechanically locomotive, but still with a basic, accurate body and the sort of shabby appearance that these locomotives carried towards the end of their lives. The performance was certainly improved, and here we are. She's running on a very short freight, a pickup sort of freight, including tractors, but very smooth performance. Comet chassis are wonderful. Market's wheels sadly no longer available with the death of Mark Arscott, and certainly a portascap, the Rolls-Royce of power units. Super smooth. It'll take a fair bit more, and in the background, Keith, my friend, who actually owns this model now and wanted it done to that specification. On a budget, but of course a much higher budget than it was originally. With that extra lead, this locomotive would take far more than this modest little load that it's hauling at the moment. An Alice Chalmers tractor too. One thing that I find amazing in this hobby is the friendships that I've made, and three very dear friends here. We called ourselves originally the Old Gits, but the younger one, Ben, has now meant we are called the Gits. Wonderful friends, a vital part of this hobby. And here she is going the opposite way. I'm told by Chris, who edits these programs, I suppose, that I shoot. He's the one that makes the silk purse out of the sow's ear. I'm told by him that you should never cross the line. That means show the other side of the locomotive. But anyway, this is a still, and it shows it bowling along very, very happily. As I say, Comet make a chassis for this. They make a whole range of chassis to go underneath these previously split chassis models. Yes, a higher budget, but I hope much improved and a very nice layout locomotive.